and she was like, fuck you, I'm investing in me, I'm funding this myself. Badass move. That's the first badass move that I was like, what? Because with Banking on Cultura, like, I'm bootstrapping this. Like, I'm funding it myself, right? And when you're able to believe in yourself that much, where it doesn't matter if nobody else believes, it doesn't matter if you have to invest in it yourself, you're going to do it. It's your dream. You're going to tap in. The herd will come. They will come after you build it. And that's essentially what she decided to do. She was like, okay, well, I'm going to build it anyway. So she actually ended up selling it towards the end after she completed the project.
After she completed the project, I think at the end of the documentary, they mentioned, oh, by the way, someone picked it up at the end. So that was a good come up for her because she got her money back. Right.
Yeah. Which was super dope because the entire time she's putting up the money. And there were moments in the documentary that were really interesting, particularly like the mud example. Tell the people what happened.
Just in talking about the effort and the belief that she had in it, she was hands-on. She was involved in every aspect of it, the choreography, the directing, the visuals, the dancing, everything.
She also starred in it.
And starred in it. But she was so into it that there's part of it where, you know, there's flowers growing and flowers dying and it comes all back to life, just like her evolution. And there was mud. She was so involved that they were bringing her samples of mud that she had to like look at, kind of touch and say, hey, I want to use this mud. That one's not wet enough. This one's too dry. So like, imagine being so involved in something that you're picking such a small thing that's going to be on the screen for 15 seconds. So that says a lot about what her belief process was in making this whole music video per se.
Don't call it a music video. It is a visual piece of art. Okay. We don't want JLO to watch this and come get us. You know what I'm saying? We're on her side. So what also is a big takeaway from that is her vision. Like, she didn't let anybody like take her away from her vision. Even though the mud that she wanted was going to be more expensive and her team was like, really, girl? Like, are you serious right now? She was like, yes, I'm very serious. Like, she was so keen on bringing her vision to life and not letting anybody else's opinion deter her from executing it the way that she wanted. And that was a huge takeaway for me because I was like, there's so many moments where you bring your ideas to someone and they'll give your opinion, and depending on where you are, you might take on their opinion as your own, and then you don't pursue it, or you change your original vision, or you don't believe in yourself enough to do it your way. And so it was so powerful to see her just be like, no, I want to do this my way. And it's the only way. And if you don't like it, there's the door.
I got the money to do it.
Right. There's the door. But what's also dope about it, Liz, was women sometimes are labeled as bitches when they are particular about what they want.
Well, I think that in things that I've heard about JLO, because I obviously never met her, I wouldn't say bitch, but so much so as she has gained the title of diva. But I guess in being the badass that she is, let her diva-ish ways get her this time because she got what she wanted.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that people will like put a label like diva as like there's this negative connotation towards it when someone is aggressively pursuing what they want. Like, it's happened to countless of women. I think Beyonce had a documentary where they were coming for her because she was very particular about what she wanted. And it's so important for us to make sure that if we have a vision and if we believe in this vision, that regardless of what anybody's trying to label you as, especially as a woman, because they'll try to label you to kind of like dim you down, you know, and try to take away like your power. And you're I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to be aggressive. But you have your vision, right? If she would have deterred and let people have their way because it was easier for them, it wouldn't have been the project it is.
I think that in her making this, her taking up on anyone else's ideas wouldn't have worked for her, simply because it was her story and she was telling it her way. There's no way that I'm going to be able to tell you Victoria's story. So there's no way that any executive, no matter the best executives in the world, are not going to be able to tell her story and let us as the audience understand it the way she wants us to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I think by her taking full ownership of how it went, just all played to her, on her side.
Right, to her advantage. Mm-hmm. What I thought was also really dope that she admits to in the documentary was how scared she was. How scared it was for her to fund this project. That's a lot of money, $30 million. That's a lot of fucking money. And she believed in it so much that she was like, you know what, I'm going to invest. But also because so many people were kind of hesitant, because she was trying to recruit people to do like the Zodiac Roundtable and be a part of the project. And they were kind of like, I'm good. Right? There were a couple of instances.
I feel like in part of the documentary, she says something like Khloe Kardashian was supposed to be one of the Zodiacs and that she was kind of scared. And so she didn't really do it. And then, like, I know other people were like that. They had, like, other things going on, so they couldn't make the time. And, like, when you think about or see the Zodiac circle that she had, you kind of like, I don't know if those are people that I would, like, really associate with JLO, per se, you know. But I think that they really did the video
perfect.
Justice because, like, she found the people who, you know, despite us not thinking that they were the ones who were rallying behind her, they showed up for her. And the people who you think would show up for her, like, she wanted Bad Bunny to maybe make a appearance. She wanted Anthony Ramos to be in it. And he said no because he was friends with Mark Anthony. And he thought that she was going to be bad-mouthing Mark Anthony, when I don't think that the album is about anybody. I think the album is about her. Mm-hmm. And that's where everybody, like, when I first watched the music video art piece, I was like, oh, she's talking about this time. Maybe that's Mark. And then at one of the songs, she talks about different signs. And I was like, Googling, who she dated was a Leo. Who that she dated was a Pisces. And I was trying to figure out who was who. And then I was like, why does it matter? I don't think that's what she's trying to tell me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was really a big key takeaway for me too. It's like, in those moments when you call on people that you think are your peoples and you need them to show up for you and they don't, it's so, like, monumental, like such a shift in your life.
And it makes you realize, so, like, JLO doesn't have, like, a lot of believers in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, people are kind of like, oh, she can't really sing. She's a mediocre actress. We can't take away she could dance. Mm-hmm. She could fucking dance.
She sure can.
But, you know, she has those people who are like, she's okay. And because of that, I think a lot of people also pulled back because they were like, I don't really believe in her that much. And this vision, like a long music video. But, like, when you see the end result, I thought it was a beautiful piece.
I thought it was absolutely amazing. And who needed to be on the project was in the project. But just think about the shoes that she is in. Like, people are doubting you all the time. Your peers in your industry are doubting you all the time. You have to fund your own project. You're scared. Nobody has really done this at this level before. You're sharing the most vulnerable parts of your life. If you watch, you will see she shares things about her love life and how she showed up in the world where a lot of people would be embarrassed to share those things about themselves and to be that vulnerable, especially at the level that she's already a target. Now she's over here releasing her innermost thoughts. Now she's even more of a target, and she is scared as shit like anybody else would. And she also has her own thoughts in her head that she's combating, right? Her own self-doubt, her own imposter syndrome that was like, you know, messing with her, that comes along with it because we're human. So obviously we're all going to experience it. But that was a huge takeaway of how scared she was and still did it.